I mean, speaking of managers there and proving yourself, you play with some big names, under some big names. Carlo Ancelotti, you're getting a double under him.
Yeah.
I mean, what is his strength? Because for me, it seems to be his human element, his human touch, the ability to do these small things.
It is, you know, like obviously as a player, you won important trophies. You won Champions League. You played top club as AC Milan. You knew the dressing room, you know, as a player. You know how it is to be in this kind of
situation,
environment, and in terms of, you know, big clubs as well. But he was a fantastic person, you know, like a good character, sometimes telling some jokes. I have one note too, quite interesting ones, that one we had a meeting that became quite long. Normally we have those meetings where, you know, maximum like 15 minutes, though, you know, that one was already 20-something minutes. It got a little bit longer than normally, but he had to be. And then we went for dinner after the meeting, and then he came to our table, and he just asked, you know, listen guys, what do you think about the meeting? Do you think it was a bit too long this time? And everyone said, no, boss, it was okay. That was fine. And he said, you're lying.
He knew.
He knew. So because normally after those 15 minutes, usually the player, they start losing the focus, and he said, you're lying. So it was a funny one. And then we had another one playing Stoke City. We had like Rory Delap, you know, like the long throws, and he was really dangerous on that. So, and I remember like we had the meeting, and he just asked the players, you know, what do you think when you're just next to the box or something? If you want to clear the ball, should you give a throw-in or should you give a corner kick? You know, maybe the corner kicks, it will not be so accurate as his throw-in, because his throw was really, you know, was like a missile.
Yeah,
it was really
flat and trajectory.
Unbelievable, yeah. So and it was always dangerous, and he made that question, you know, to us. It was a funny one as well, but fantastic person, really important person as well, you know, like for everyone. Even with me, because I was coming from a crucial ligament, you know, injury. And then I ended up having an opportunity, and I was quite important for him as well, because at that time Bozingo and Ivanovic, they got injured, and they stayed for a long time, and I had like a sequence of 10 games or something, and we won the league and the double that season, and you know, like was fantastic.
How do you deal with the competition for players in your spot? I mean, you just mentioned two names there. Let's not forget people like Essien.
Yes.
Could deputize and others.
Of course, Lassana Diarra play there as well, and this. But you know, it's the way it is. When you play top clubs, you need always to perform. Obviously, I had up and downs, and I had like the crucial ligament. I also that season where, you know, Jose was hiding in. Wouldn't play. I missed the quarterfinals and the semis. When I broke my 5th metatarsal as well in the national team. It was, you know, tough, difficult, you know, moments for me, but I never give up, you know, like I never throw the towel. I always believe in myself. It was easy for me just to move, leave the club, and go to another place to play, and I had really good clubs, good options to go during that time, you know, but I always believed that I could be important. I would have my chances, and I stayed. You know, like, and then every time I had my chances, I think I did quite well. I didn't let anyone down.
Well, there's a reason why Chelsea kept you there for so long, because they knew how much you added to the team. I think it's safe to say.
No, there were chances as well, like to go on loan, but I didn't want, because I, you know, was almost like last day of the transfer windows, which I didn't like it. You know, like the way it was. But I had options to go. But I always, you know, like believe in myself, because it was easy for me just to, okay, I'm not playing, I'm going, I'm leaving. And sometimes he had some moments that he came to my mind, but I say no. You know, like I believe I still have the quality to play here, and I will stay. And that's it. I will fight for for my place.
Yeah.
And that's it. And every time I had a chance, I think I not prove, but I show that I was still capable to play at that level and do it well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it came to Chelsea, for years it seemed like they would never get the Champions League. There was the Drogba incident. There was the Moscow game, of course. But you finally got it. But you didn't play in the final. You were on the bench.
Yeah.
You didn't play in the final. How do you view that as a trophy? Because I had Martin O'Neill in this seat a week ago. And I don't know if you know his history, but he won back-to-back European Cups with Nottingham Forest.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play the first one because of an injury and etc. And he played the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of what Keane and Scholes has said about missing out on '99 in the final, not feeling like part of it because he didn't play in the final.
Hard, yeah.
It is difficult, right?
For me, for example, in Moscow it was, because then it was an option from the manager at that time,
Avram Grant.
Yeah. But he was honest with me. He called me to his office, to his room. And he had a very honest conversation with me. He said, Paulo, I will leave you out. It's hard for me to tell you this, but we have Michael Essien who will play there, and then obviously I will have to bring Belletti because he's a good penalty taker in case of we go to penalties. So it's another one that can give me that choice as well.
That option, yeah.
And I say, okay, boss, I respect. And that's it. It was hard because then obviously, we went to penalties and we lost on penalties. Didier was sent off as well. I remember to go to the tunnel. I left the stand to go to the tunnel to support him as well. And we stayed there, to watch the penalties, and it was painful. And then in Munich, I had the chance to play. First, we had David Luiz and Gary Cahill. They were both so I did the warm-up with them, because if one of them felt something during the warm-up, I would be playing as a centre half. So I did the warm-up, normal warm-up with the start 11. So I did with them. And then in the extra time, I was doing my warm-up. Robbie called me. Di Matteo.
Yeah.
So he was giving me instructions. So I was coming to replace Mata because Mata was already done. So he was really tired. He was giving me the last instructions. I was going to replace him, playing as a midfielder. As we were walking, so I was taking, I think, the bib already out. As we were walking, I looked to the clock, and it was 5 minutes left for the end of the game. I looked to Robbie and I say, as much as I would love to go in and and be there, playing, be seen, I look more for the team once again. I told Robbie, listen, it's 5 minutes left, which it could happen for us to concede a goal, even last minute or whatever. But I look for the team side, and I say, Robbie, Matt is a penalty taker. I'm not a penalty taker. It's 5 minutes left. And then you look to the clock and look at me. Yeah, Paul, you're right. Okay, so let's go back. So we can't cancel the substitution, and that's it. But if I was a bit selfish, I would go and play 5 minutes, be part of as well. But I looked more for the team, and then in the end, Mate missed the penalty. I want to kill him.
Yeah, I bet.
And I told him, I said, Martin, I was supposed to replace you.
Yeah.
And I didn't, want to go because you were penalty taker. And then look what you did,
But at least in the end,
we won.
You won.
We won, but but that's the other thing which it was hard because in one way I wanted to play, I want to be there. It's 5 minutes anyway, but you're there, so people can see you. But I look to the other side.